Hey everybody, it's Allie, the Canine Nutritionist from Padfoot Palms, and today we are going to be taking a look at Only Natural Pet brand dog food. So I had received this request to review this food from one of our subscribers. Thank you so much. And if you have a food that you would like for me to take a look at, then please go down into the comments and let me know exactly which food it is. If it's something specific, feel free to link it specifically, or if it's just a brand, then take a look at that and I'll let you know what I think. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so this is a PetSmart brand, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but it is available at PetSmart if you're looking. Of course, I'm on my trusty Chewy.com website because it makes it easier to look at the ingredients. And since the subscriber was not specific about which food they wanted me to take a look at, I'm actually going to take a look at something that I've used before, which is the beef with pumpkin and parsley air-dried jerky style food. So we're going to take a look at this and see how it measures up. Okay, so we've got beef, beef lung, beef liver, beef heart. Fantastic. I love when foods start out like that. That's great. So we've got meat, we've got organs, then we've got parsley, pumpkin, rosemary. Okay, rosemary. If you have a dog that is prone to seizures, then you do not want to feed this food. So that's just something to keep in mind. Then we've got the chicory root, ground beef bone, vegetable glycerin. Okay, not a huge fan of vegetable glycerin, but since it's one of a few problematic ingredients in this food, I'm gonna let it slide. Then we've got, let's see, going down, we've got yeast, right, which can be problematic for dogs who are prone to yeast infections. And then looking at everything else, okay, it looks pretty good. And then here's the guaranteed analysis so that you can calculate the carbs. If you don't know how to calculate the carbs, make sure you join the Padfoot Palms Facebook group. I have a unit there, which is like a little learning lesson that teaches you how to do it so that you can calculate the carbs for your own dog's food. The other thing that I'd like to throw out there, having fed this to my dogs, is that I just want you guys to keep in mind that these feeding guidelines are guidelines, right? They are not the end-all, be-all, exactly what you should feed your dog, right? Every dog is different. Some dogs are more active than others. They require more calories. And some dogs are more sedentary and they need less calories so that they don't gain weight. The other thing that I'd like to point out, if it would focus, is that this is approved for all life stages. So that's something to keep in mind if you're looking to feed a puppy. And like I said, this is also available at PetSmart. I know that's local for a lot of people. Okay, let's take a look at their grain-free stew variety of food. So this is like a dehydrated food. Okay, and this is their lamb version. So let's take a look at these ingredients. Wow, let's take a look at that marketing first. That's good marketing. Okay, so we've got lamb, pork meal, sweet potato. Okay, now by itself, that would be fine, but as you're gonna see, we're gonna get into some other problematic ingredients here very quickly. Garbanzo beans, no. Pea protein, no. Sunflower oil is fine, carrots is fine. Field peas, no. Chia is fine. Then we've got freeze-dried peas. So we're just like going crazy with the peas and the garbanzo beans. Cranberries, pumpkins. Now we've got green beans, that dreaded natural flavor that I hate. And for those of you who watch the channel regularly, you know that natural flavoring is a loophole term for any number of chemicals that they can use as food enticers to trick your dog into eating the food. I am not a fan of that. Pork gelatin, I don't even know what to think of that. That's probably pork feet that have been rendered. to create gelatin, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's see what else we have here. We get into the vitamins. Okay. All right, glucosamine hydrochloride. That is another term for MSG. So I am not a huge fan of that. And then I do like that they put green-lipped mussel in the food. Green-lipped mussel is very good, and turmeric is great for reducing inflammation and lubricating the joints. However, they also have rosemary extract, which is problematic because for dogs who are prone to seizures, they don't want to eat anything. You don't want to serve them anything with rosemary. And then here's our guaranteed analysis, if I could get it to hold still here, so that you can calculate those values. So you can figure out how many carbs are in there. Okay, so I do not recommend this one, right? We've got way too many beans and peas and dried peas, and no. Too many problematic ingredients for me. Okay, so the next one that I wanted to take a look at, which I have also used, is the raw nibs. Okay, now this is a freeze-dried raw. So let's take a look at these ingredients. Beef, beef tripe, beef lung, ground beef bone, beef liver, beef heart, beef kidney. Fantastic. We are off and running, right? That's a great first list of ingredients. I wish all foods were like that. Sweet potato, okay, not as good, but you will see it is the only problematic ingredient on this list. Even for the oil that they're using is herring oil, which is not nearly as contaminated as, say, like a salmon oil. So this is a fantastic option. And let me see. Okay, another thing to keep in mind is that this food was previously okay for puppies. Apparently they've changed the formula since then. So as you can see down here, it says that it meets the nutrient profiles for maintenance. That's another thing you have to keep in mind when you're feeding a food. You always need to check your label to make sure that nothing has changed since the last time you purchased it. Nobody sent me a message from the company saying, hey, we changed our recipe and now it's no longer approved for puppies, right? I would have continued buying it thinking that it was okay for puppies had I not checked the label every single time. So you need to keep that in mind whenever you're purchasing your pet's food. Just because it's something that's approved for puppies doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way, and they are not required to let you know. And it makes a big difference as far as the calcium-phosphorus ratio goes. And that's another way of saying, you know, the meat to bone ratio or the meat to calcium ratio. So that's important for the growth of puppy bones and joints and ligaments. So you just want to keep that in mind. Okay, well, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please smash that like button and make sure that you subscribe. Down in the comments, tell me what food you'd like for me to review next. Make sure you join our Facebook group and take a look in the file section so that you can see the complete list of problematic ingredients and you can see if they're hiding in your pet's food. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Hey everybody, it's Allie, the Canine Nutritionist from What language was that? Hey everybody, it's Allie, the Canine Nutritionist from Padfoot Palms. I just barely got that out of my mouth. The Canine Nutritionist. Why are words so hard?